Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Horror Criteria channel. Here we will be reviewing horror and monster movies alike, sometimes science fiction, whatever crosses over with the horror genre. We'll be doing either group reviews or reviews individually per person. Either way, let's get into it. This is going to be my review of Pumpkinhead 1988. Let me start this off by saying, although the opening credits drag on a little bit over 3 minutes, the opening scenes establish really well done tension. That's the one thing I can really say this film did really well. And some negatives, as most people have pointed out, is going to be in the editing, and that can be seen in like the transitions of the man running at the beginning of the movie from the monster. It's kind of jarring. And then they go ahead and reveal the monster early on in the movie. Like the tension kind of goes away for a while after that because you've seen the monster, and then they go to Ed Harley, who is going to be the main character of this film, and honestly, the one who does a lot of poor choices. And Ed Harley is played by Lance Henriksen, which is really great. I love Henriksen in just about everything that I see him in. He's usually the highlight of whatever he's in, especially like Aliens. He's probably second only to Sigourney Weaver, who plays Ellen Ripley. The child actor that plays Lance Henriksen's son was a really well-rounded child actor. He did a good job, decent performance, and everything. But okay, spoiler alert: when his son dies, I was expecting the film to go in a way of uh, this monster is going to kill these people in return for the witch bringing back his son. But then they go right out, like, or at least have an air of mystery of if she can bring him back or not. But she right off the bat says, "No, I do not have the power to bring back your son." So the movie immediately loses a little bit of mystery. The mystery itself literally boils down to the monster itself and how to defeat the monster. Other than that, it's a basic revenge plot movie. The interesting twist of the movie, though, is that every person that Pumpkinhead murders, Lance Henriksen's character Ed Harley feels. Now, why would he be wanting revenge on these random people? These random people ended up leading to the death of his son. And another thing that I can compliment is the kills, some creepy imagery. All the best imagery of the film revolves around Pumpkinhead himself. Pumpkinhead, his design is very reminiscent of the alien, and I heard some of the people who worked on the alien suit also worked on Pumpkinhead's suit. Um, the resurrection of Pumpkinhead scene is something I can commend heavily. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Pumpkinhead's design was really great. Um, a lot of the beginning of the movie does end up foreshadowing events that happen later in the movie, like the last two people, the survivor, boy and girl, running from like house to house trying to get help, and then the movie kind of ends abruptly after the buildup of Lance Henriksen trying to put together makeshift weaponry to defeat Pumpkinhead, and then it ends up with him killing himself, and then by the end, it's revealed that the witch takes the person's body who last was responsible for summoning a Pumpkinhead to be the next Pumpkinhead, which I find pretty cool. And I heard that in a later film they kind of resurrect Ed Harley, Pumpkinhead, which is pretty cool. Um, None of the main cast was really likable. You root for the monster most of the time, and you look forward to each kill that he does, which for horror movie fans that should be only half of what you look forward to in a horror movie. The other half is having likable characters that you can root for also, or at least a couple main ones that you root for and a few that you just kind of want to die. You don't want all of them to die, which I kind of wanted all the characters in this movie to die, which is kind of messed up to say, but it's true. And I'm looking here at my notes, and I literally wrote down the acting dot dot dot. Yeah, the a lot of the deliveries outside of Lance Henriksen's performance are pretty poor. I can commend the workmanship behind Pumpkinhead, Lance Henriksen's acting, the child actor, the woman playing the witch, and those are the four highlights of the film in terms of characters. Other than that, the imagery is pretty neat, the editing's pretty shoddy, and I just don't like this movie as much as most people do, but I can see why it has a cult following. I'll give it about 2.5 stars out of 5, and on a good day, maybe 3 out of 5.